For Europe of Freedom and Democracy, Mrs. Andreasen, for a minute and a half.
Thank you, President. Mr. President, the auditor's opinion on how the 2010 EU budget was spent confirms the total lack of accountability that exists within the EU institutions. The European Commission fails to ensure taxpayers' money is paid to the right person for the right purpose. Then it blames the Member States for any irregularities that surface. More important than what the auditors tell us today is what they do not tell us. For example, the EU has paid €60 billion worth of structural funds to Greece since it joined the euro. Where were they spent? They do not seem to have fuelled any growth in that country. This Parliament joins the Commission in blaming Member States, but has no problem in appointing bureaucrats imposed by these same Member States, even when their background makes the candidate highly inappropriate. I am not holding my breath about my colleagues rejecting Ireland's nominee for the European Court of Auditors, Mr Cardiff, who was responsible for a €3.6 billion accounting error. Of course, this Parliament will not hesitate in granting discharge to the Commission once again. And of course, the British Prime Minister will still claim the 2012 EU budget is under control, despite creeping ever higher. Mr Cameron, please do not waste any more British taxpayers' money. Stop sending money to Brussels. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Andreasen.
Lift your blue card. Okay. Señora Andreasen, ¿acepta usted la...
Mrs. Andreasen, will you accept a question for Mrs. Sinclair?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Andreasen. I concur with pretty much everything that you said. You mentioned about 60 billion structural funds to Greece, but I would ask about some of the other countries that have been mentioned today who seem to be at fault. For example, Italy and Spain. How much structural funds have they received?
Well, indeed, I mentioned Greece because I don't have time to mention more, but Italy has received €80 billion worth of structural funds since it joined the Eurozone. Spain has received €130 billion. And I could go on with a big list of these countries that are now in the middle of this crisis, and we don't know where these structural funds have gone. I don't find in the report of the auditors along the last years mention of all these irregularities in structural funding for these countries. Thank you.